Welcome to Gray Overload. And Microsoft has came out with more details about the Windows 10 extended security updates. Now, we all know that Microsoft decided with Windows 11 to create an arbitrary update policy with regards to hardware that makes no sense to anybody. But Microsoft is still pushing through of making security updates um, that you'll have to pay for them if you want to continue to use Windows 10 after it has end of life. And the end of life is still October 14th of 2025. So we have just over a year left. And um, if that comes to fruition with Microsoft not making any adjustments, there's going to be a lot of hardware that is just, I guess, no longer supported by Microsoft, especially in the consumer space. And if you want to be able to use that hardware, and I'll post this link that Microsoft did, right, is that if you want to use that hardware that's not supported, you can, right? There's one way of just saying, hey, I'll deal with the security flaws. And the other way is for paying for the security updates. It sounds like it's going to be about $61 a year per device for 1 year, and then if it's just going to be going on for 3 years, so let's say 3 years down the road, you just say, hey, uh, I want to get all the security updates now. You still have to pay the $61 for each year, from what I understand. I could be wrong, so feel free to hit me in the comments with that if I am wrong. But this makes no sense, right? I get it from the standpoint of the enterprise market. That makes some sort of sense. We're moving on. Maybe you had a enterprise SKU or pro SKU that says, you know what, you can't run this on older hardware, right? You have to go and use newer hardware and go. Now, while you say that you're green, Microsoft, in many different ways, you've said we are green, and you're spending this extra, or you're forcing this extra upgrade path so that a whole bunch of computers get thrown out. You, in fact, then would not be green. You would be wasting hardware, creating more e-waste, right? So Microsoft can no longer have the argument that we are green because, well, I just want you to throw away a whole bunch of computers to buy more hardware. I get it. You're in the business of making money, but then at the same time saying that we're hoping for less e-waste. You've just generated a whole bunch of it. There's that high horse that I've been on. But, from the consumer side, why are you having these arbitrary requirements for the TPM, certain processors, everything else? I have ran this on processors that I've ran Windows 11 on processors that are not supported, and it works fine. So I was able to, complete things I wanted to complete. Nothing happened. I don't know why Microsoft put this arbitrary, oh man, restrictions on this and decided just to be like, you know what, you need these processors, you need this TPM, you need secure boot, everything else enabled, right? People would be just fine to, use their computer with Windows 11 if you got rid of that. And you would be then actually bringing people along for all your um, AI stuff. You probably would be able to be like, you know what, this computer isn't supported by, certain features. Would you like to upgrade? Give them an upgrade option. Maybe they'd be more like to it. This way, what it kind of happened and how it's like is just like, nope, your hardware's not supported. If you want Windows 11, get on and get on this new path and new hardware, and let's go. I think that Microsoft took the wrong approach, and I actually think that this is going to maybe have more people take another look at Linux or other operating systems that, can this version of Linux do everything I need it to? And is it capable of? And maybe I just start using that. Not a bad idea. I've used Linux all the time on certain computers, and it works fine for a lot of stuff. There's certain things that aren't over there yet, but I think as Microsoft continues down this path of not just making poor decisions with restrictive hardware in their OSs, but then also making decisions for how out-of-the-box experience is of requiring a Microsoft account and how they're dealing with those Microsoft accounts. I think more and more people are going to be irritated that technology is not getting easier anymore. We are now in a realm of technology getting harder, and that's not what technology is supposed to be. Technology is supposed to be fading in the background so you can get more work done. And if you're going to make this harder, it doesn't, you know, lend to helping out people being able to get their work done easier on the system. And that is something, with security and then with ease of use that will have to be tackled. And I think Microsoft just went around the wrong way with this. So that's my little rant here with the Windows 10 extended security updates of how they make no sense and how Microsoft's going about doing this. I could see in a world where they actually support Windows 12, if they ever get to that, on the hardware that they excluded in Windows 11, at least maybe in a home edition. That would make sense. I don't like these arbitrary limits on things. Let's come up with a good reason, Microsoft. I have not heard a good reason, and I've read all your reasons. They're not good. So find a good reason and then notify us. But this is one of those things where, these end of life pages of Windows 10 is just saddening, right? Of let's just throw out a computer that's perfectly working good just because I think it's, this is what it needs to be. I mean, they're like Microsoft says let's take it in with a trade-in program. Microsoft, I get it. You want to sell hardware, right? These trade-in programs, everything is to, well, get your. Microsoft may not want to sell hardware itself, but it wants its hardware makers to sell hardware so that they buy more OSs and generate more income, right? But you're thinking about the people that can just go out and afford a new computer. We are in a tougher economic climate, and some of these older computers, what they're very useful for is getting somebody that is not able to afford it a computer and get them into that technology. And it's something I am passionate about. I do like to get hardware to people that aren't able to afford it. That's something I like to do. If I have extra hardware, I do that. And Microsoft's not thinking about the longevity of getting more people hardware. It is all about the bottom line for them. And I hope more people start realizing and going down the line of just saying, yeah, Microsoft is in the business of just their pockets and not what is actually good overall. And these decisions are, I almost seem like the dartboard that they're just throwing up there of the bullseye is how do we make the most money and how do we seem like we're migrating everybody to make the most money. So with that, let me know your comments that are below on the extended updates for Windows 11 or Windows 10, so forcing you to Windows 11. And let me know that in the comments below. I want to thank you so much for watching Gray Overload and helping this channel grow. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, God bless.